Hey YouTube, it's Colin here as The Wine in Your Eyes on YouTube, and this is my blog. So I've spent however long I've been awake for cleaning, which doesn't really look like I have, but you should see my bathroom, it's beautiful. I don't really like tidying as an activity. I don't like moving things around and trying to make sure everything has a place. That really frustrates me. I hate doing it. But if I've got a cloth in one hand and a bottle of spray in the other, I'm absolutely happy as Larry. I'll clean anything and I'll spend hours doing it. My mum knows that I tend to clean more when I'm angry, so if I get a bit pissed off when I'm at home, I will spend 3 or 4 hours cleaning our very tiny kitchen and then getting angry if anyone tries to use it once I've cleaned it, which I think's healthy. Yeah, it's not healthy at all, is it? But the reason I've been doing that today is because my flatmate Caroline in that room, she's essentially moved out now. Obviously, it being the end of the year, everyone's moving out bit by bit, and she moved her last stuff out today. She's dropping her keys off tomorrow and everything, so she hasn't technically moved out, but her room's completely empty and everything that's left in the flat we can either have or just get rid of. So it's kind of been a bit emotional thinking about the fact that she's going, because there's a tiny little voice in the back of my head that kind of keeps whispering at me. She's never coming back. You're going to be all alone. You're never going to see her again. Yeah, so I'm probably not the most sane person, but you know, it's been really nice. We had a good laugh and giggle and listened to a bit of Beyonce, which was nice. But that kind of brings me on to the leaving thing, because obviously I'm going to be leaving Cardiff soon and I'm coming back into Kent and I'll get to see all my friends and everything from back home, which is great, but I'm really going to miss being here and having my own place. And you know, if I get bored at 4 in the morning, I'm going to miss being able to go down to someone's flat and just chill with them for a while and things like that. But, you know, I know that it's all going to be back like that again in September, which is great, but I don't know how I'm going to cope over the summer without having that normality, if you kind of get what I mean. I sound insane. There is absolutely nothing more lovely than the sight of a pint of strawberry milk. Just throwing that out there. Probably seems pretty random to be talking about quite serious things about leaving and then just throwing some strawberry milk into the mix. No, it actually brings me on to what I'm going to be doing from now on with my little talky video blog thing, which is every week that I upload one of these videos, I'm going to suggest a film that I think you should watch, if anyone actually watches this. And this week's film is Clockwork Orange, which it's a Stanley Kubrick film based on the novel by Anthony Burgess. The novel's fantastic, I recommend reading that. It's one of my all-time favourite books. It's about a boy named Alex who has a group of friends, Georgie, Dim, and a third one who I cannot remember for the life of me. And basically it's set in a kind of dystopian future. And they spend their free time, going around and beating people up and raping people and stuff like that. That's the society they live in, that's what the youths do. And the reason milk is related is because they always go to this particular place, the Korova Milk Bar, before going out on one of their little adventures of murder and violence. So that's what got me thinking about it. But the film, it's the only Stanley Kubrick film that I actually like. I think every other film he's done has been dreadful, but I will give him credit that his style works very well with the story of Clockwork Orange, which, when you watch the film, you know, there's a really good plot that holds it together, and it's an interesting story to follow, but it deals in with the kind of metaphysical problem of, is it better to have a world full of people who have to be good because they have no choice, or is it better to have a world where bad things do happen but people have the choice of whether to do them or not? And that's kind of the idea that the film kind of plays around with and kind of throws around. If you read the book, then it's quite clear the whole way through what the author's opinion on that issue is. It's quite obvious he thinks that we should have a world of people who can choose, as opposed to people who can't. But what Stanley Kubrick did with making his film, he's actually completely cut off the last chapter of the book, which I'm not going to spoil the end of the film, but I will just say that by missing out that last chapter, he has dramatically changed the reading of the story. So if you get a chance to read the book and watch the film, I recommend comparing the way you feel after each one, because it does have a radically different feel to them. But that is my suggestion for this week, so enjoy it. And I'll have another one ready for you next week, so hopefully people actually like my suggestions. Yeah. Right, future projects. Dread it's hit a bit of a speed bump and is on hold at the moment. The university isn't letting us book out cameras, so we're not actually able to finish it. We've got pretty much all the footage done. We've just got 4 or 5 scenes left to do, but they're quite pivotal scenes. We can't complete the film without them, which is really irritating. But we're going to finish that as soon as we're able to. And then this summer, me and a friend of mine are going into the pre-production phase of another short film that I'm doing. It was supposed to have been made last year, but unfortunately my camera crew had to drop out on me just before we started shooting. So we're starting again from scratch. I'm going to revise the script. We're going to do auditions again this summer. So anybody in Kent who is interested in auditioning, then, you know, let me know and I'll put you on the list. And hopefully we'll be ready to film by next summer, so 2013, and we'll actually have hopefully a really good short film. The short film is a prequel to a feature film I have planned, so hopefully I'll be able to use that as a kind of calling card to get some funding and maybe drum up a bit of interest into future projects, and eventually I might even do the feature film if I get enough interest in my work. So we'll see how that goes. I'll keep you all updated as normal, so thanks for watching, and I will see you next time when I will have a completely different film for you to take a gander at and enjoy. So, have fun!